Okay, guys, I just want to make this video because I'm kind of pissed at myself. No, yeah, I'm kind of pissed at myself because again, I made some silly mistake this week. I will not say pressure because I know that I have all the things, like I have a system in place to uh, I have a system in place to be able to to be able to guide me from having to make some or being or having to trade under pressure. But what I'm gonna say is that I think this week I'm kind of battling with this imposter syndrome kind of thing, and having to be glued with this particular PS just because the way people talk about it. And if you kind of like, I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm very sure that a lot of people have been doing this. And lately, I for the past 2 3 months, I've been trying to check my history, and I realized that majority of the money that I didn't make, I made from USD, JPY. It's not even from gold. Yeah, I make some money from gold. It's not even from this part. It's not even from other peers. And I don't know why I've decided to just be messing up with my account or messing up on my account with this particular pair that I'm about to show you guys, and it's something that I feel like I'm trying to forgive myself for doing because but this time around, after this today, I'm saying, like, this is why I'm making video about it. I'm saying goodbye to US 30. On, like, I don't know what the future holds, so but for now, I don't think I would want to ever, like, yeah, maybe I would dabble between gold and USD JPY, or I will do BTC and USD JPY just for the sake of just having a backup here, right? Um, with that being said, let's go into it. So this is the US 30. Yes. And you all know that I like to analyze my trade using 4 hours time frame, right? Uh, Using 4 hours time frame. That's number one. And um so again, trade trend. The market from here, like, we have this break in this area where it broke this structure and it went up. Then technically, what do we expect for a retest, right? Then after a retest, we expect for the market to continue. We expect a correction, then we expect a continuation of the market, right? So that is the case. But in this case, the market, instead of going up, it ended up creating double top on 4 hours time frame. Or this is not just any other time frame. 4 hours time frame. Then break below the previous low, the previous higher low, right? Because this is the high and this is the low. Break below it and came for a retest. Then after the retest, like, what do we expect? We should expect a sell, right? But again, this was my idea when I saw the trade. This was my idea when I saw the trade, and 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 having to do that is okay. So first of all, let me just say this: just because a peer is working for somebody or somebody is making a lot of money from a peer doesn't mean that you will also make a lot of money from the peer. Doesn't mean the same thing is gonna work for you. I saw this pastor, no, not Pastor Aaron. Uh, there's this particular pastor that I like. Is young, not too young, but is young and is very, like, very active. He made a he made a point about something. He said there was this particular guy that came to him for consultation or for just counseling. The guy is battling with masturbation, and the Holy Spirit told him to tell the guy to go and be playing worship song anytime the urge comes. So then the guy went and did the same thing and it worked for him. Then it's like, Pastor, for the past 2 months, I have not been happen. It has not been happening. Like, I thank God for it. Then he gave the same system to somebody. He gave the same system, the same thing to somebody to go and use. And guess what? It didn't work for the person. Why? Because to him, to the person that the Holy Spirit was, instructed to get that message or to get that prophecy, or not, it wasn't even prophecy, to get that message. It was designed for it because the Holy Spirit knows, He knows us, like it's in us, so He knows what can work for us. So that word was for that brother at that particular time. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because just because somebody is trading a particular pair or a particular time doesn't mean they can work for others. You just have to. That's the beauty of being a trader. You have to be able to sit, analyze yourself as a person. Even if you learn my trading strategy, you still have to tailor it to your own lifestyle. You have to tailor it to your own way of trading. So I can decide I want to be day trading or I want to be swing trading. Then you just like, okay, I want to be scalping. It works. If it works for you, fine. The goal is to make money, to do the right thing and make money. Remember, the goal is not to do something right, but it's to do the right thing in the right way and make money. Do you understand me? So my point is, to me, I kind of forget that in a way of like, okay, I want to push something, like forget what was working for me. Then I started pushing my attention into other things that was not working for me. That was not working for me. And to be honest, it's kind of like, oh, more like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? But anyway, we learn every single day. Again, it's see, to learn how to trade is very simple. You have the psychological part of trading is the most difficult part of it. And to be successful as a trader, you have to be like a water. You have to be flow. Like, you make mistake and you learn from your mistake, then you just move on. The goal is to make, you don't want to avoid making mistake. You make mistake on time, you just go. So now let's just push right through. So one of the what was one of the mistake that I make? What was number one is I didn't I was impatient with my entries. In both days, I was impatient with my entries. Uh, so number one, I think I should put number one as, to be fair, I moved from I was working. So the reason why I said I moved from what was working to other instrument without time. The reason why I put it that way is that I didn't give myself time to see, okay, does it really align? Like, I back tested it. Okay, so this is okay, good. I didn't give myself time. What I mean time is that time in the future, like to be able to see how my strategy plays out. in this peer, how how I can relate with these peers in the future. You understand me? Having to forward testing. Back testing can be sweet. Bro, you can make a lot of money doing back testing. You will not have any like you will not have any single loss during back testing. Trust me. But during forward testing, you can get to know your emotion, how you feel at that particular market time. Feel me? During backtesting, you see a lot of chances that you lose. During that trading opportunity, you might not see jack. So my point is, I didn't give myself time for test the my strategy in this Dow Jones, this US 30, to be able to see how does it work. Does it really work? Is it something I can move to before I just moved from what was working? It's not even about placing trade. I can just be analyzing it and see. So I saw that, and that is one of the mistakes that I made. And the second mistake that I made on the trade is I was impatient with my entry. Again, I didn't mean that I avoided this first mistake. I wouldn't. The second one wouldn't happen at all. So this is the two mistakes that I made. But if the first one was avoided or was carefully examined, there's no way the second one, I will not be. I wouldn't have been losing money. I wouldn't have been losing money here. And that is that's where the power of decision making comes from. Like decision making is very very important when it comes to trading. Having to be at the right trade at the right time or doing the right thing at the right time. It's it makes you a smart trader. Having to think, okay, do you have options? Like having to know like decision is again it's not about the chart. Trust me, it is way beyond the chart. It is way beyond the chart to me. And you have to be always like, okay, yes, trading is not just like okay, what you're saying. It's beyond the charts. To me, I said trading reveals the demons that we have in us. And yes, a lot of people say, why do you say demons? We have demons. We have things that are like terrifies us. We have things that we cannot control, and things that we can control. We have our emotions, fears, all this greed, all these things are demons. They break like it's funny because it's been there, and because our brain is trying to protect us, from getting hurt. And these are the same thing that is working against us. So that is why I said it's the demon, because it's something we have to cast out. We have to work and manage them. The greed is always gonna be there. You can't eradicate it. There's no way. We're human. The fear is gonna be there. The FOMO is gonna be there. But we walk around to know, we will notice them. Then it's like somebody who has a lion or cub as the pet. Will he be freaked out with dogs? No. Or will he be freaked out when he sees his lion? No, he will know how to get around it. Like for example, when they put their hands, they hold hands inside the lion or tiger's mouth. They know exactly where to put it. They will not put it exactly where the teeth are. They put it where there's a gap. Exactly, they know what they're doing because they've studied the animals. They know what they can do with the animals. So it's not basically like okay, they don't they've studied it. They took their time to understand okay, what triggers this animal, what do this. So they're trying to just be disciplined with what they're supposed to do. So same thing as trader. Our job is to be able to know like okay, when we feel impatient, when we feel very impulsive, like when you feel fearful about markets, what do you need to do to get confident back, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, that's so let's just analyze the trailer. See, so this was when I saw the trailer. I was waiting for it to come here. I waited patiently, and I think I was right. I waited patiently on 4 hours time frame. And the reason why I waited on 4 hours time frame for this is because I know anything below here is gonna be buying, because look, this is where the buyers took over, right? Seller took over from it. So it means that there is liquidity in this area. This is where the battle is. This is where the battle is always is. And again, previously too, we have the market sold in this area. We have the market sold in this area. So you have to pay close attention into all these things. So I moved to 1 hour time frame. I moved to 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we can see that this was our higher high before we broke it up to create a new higher high. Then after that, the market started creating double top. Then it broke this below our previous high. I mean, you can still call this one high because again, um, I think the only mistake that I made here, the third mistake that I made here was number one. Number one, this was where the market was, where the buyers took over, right? This is where the buyers took over. Then this is still serving as a place where you know it will buy, because I have to wait for anything below here to sell. I'm just giving you reason why I could have avoided these losses in the first place. Number one, I didn't give myself time to be able to forward test my strategy in this period, right? That's number one. Number two, I didn't I was impatient with my entries. But again, if I had avoided the first one, the second one wouldn't happen. But even at all, the second one, the first one didn't was not. The second one, I should have avoided it if I waited for my entry signals. My entry signals is quite simple. I told you I didn't wait for my entry signals. I was being impatient with my entry signal, because I felt like, okay, since it's retesting this place, it's gonna sell. Yes, it could, but there are other factors too that could make the trade not to go up. That is, I wasn't paying good attention to. So first of all, let me. So I wasn't paying attention to it. What other things that are? Yeah. So I wasn't. I didn't. If I go to 15 minutes, I wasn't seeing my entry strategy. Okay, so I think I later saw it this way. Um, this was the place I marked out, right? This was the place I marked out. This was the highs, and this was the retest of it, right? Then this was around. I didn't see my entry signal in this area. Um, overall, it wasn't a place where I should have entered the trade. That's the one point, and it wasn't a place I should have entered trade. So even when I saw my entry signal, this is my entry signal. This is liquidity here. To me, I saw this as liquidity based on my strategy, and this will have been the place where I should enter my trade. It's that place here. Here, I should have entered for my sell position. This is where I should have entered for my sell position. Then at least probably maybe I would have been saved, because I didn't being I waited for my entry confirmation. I didn't wait for it. Yeah, for one. See, if I go to 1 hour time frame, now you now see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about? Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So this will have been my entry if I didn't being I waited for my entry confirmation. Then for today's trade, from yesterday's trade, which is here, let me delete all this stuff. So for yesterday's trade, which was on Monday, on 4 hours time frame again, I saw all these things could have been avoided. I saw this. All this could have been avoided. Again, I'm to me, I feel like okay, with the market is creating a new like downtrend now. We have this push all the way, then we have a retest and gist, and it's just like this is more like head and shoulder, and the market is rejecting from the buy into sell into downtrend, and we have a new low. Then we always like expect the maximum I was expecting the market to come to this place to create a new higher lower high, then continue this trend. This was my expectation, and not like expectation. This is what I was, this was my bias actually. But going to 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame was showing me different thing, right? The market was rejecting in this area, then we end up getting a push upside down. Then again, even if I thought I want to enter trade, I should have waited for my entry signal. I didn't get my entry signal. So what I got was a confirmation that the former uptrend that we have on this 4 hour time frame, this former, that was a confirmation that now came. So on 15 minute time frame, I didn't get entry, even if my bias was wrong, right? I mean, you can't be perfect, you can't get everything right in the market. What I should have waited for here is just for the market to shift from the bullish momentum into something like this, something just like we saw in the previous one. Something like this is what I needed to see to enter my trade with. This is what I needed to see to enter my trade. Then my stop loss will be, yeah, my stop loss will probably be here. Then I can now target the next low. This is how I was supposed to enter my trade. I didn't being I did, this happen. I will have been saved or protected from this mess that is happening. So on the other hand, let me now show you what is happening on GJ, on UJ. On UJ. Okay, so on UJ, trust me, UJ has been, yeah. I made some money from UJ last week. I posted a video. This was the trade from last week that I made. Like I made money from this, and DJ is just it's just been doing his thing. But my point now is you can see all the way GJ is like I'm like I, why am not like why am I like it's frustrating to me. But anyway, we learn every day, every single day. Moral of the story and the things that I want you to get from today is do what works for you. If trading the worst pay gives you money and works for you, do it, my brother. If trading gold or any pairs, if after back testing and forward testing works for you, go and do it. Focus more on forward testing, not back testing. Back testing is just a crap. It's just a way of programming your mind so that you can lose. That's what I see about it. Trust me. That's what I see about it. So, but anyway, with that being said, I just had to like just get this out of my chest. I feel better now after talking to this camera. Uh, Peace out. Again, before I say peace out, with that being said, with that being said, don't forget to like, follow. Then if you learn anything, you can, if you have experienced this kind of thing, you can comment down below. So let's chat. Okay. I'll see you in another video.